So I've just watched a video on Twitter with Andrew Bridgen talking about Nigel Farage, and I'll let you watch it after I've said my bit. But I've had my concerns about Nigel Farage for some time, along with Richard Tice. My first red flag with Nigel Farage was when he wanted Tony Blair to be in charge of the vaccine rollout during the pandemic. My other red flag regarding reform was Richard Tice and Bull, who were leader and deputy leader at the time, basically coming out and saying that if care workers didn't get the vax, then they should legitimately lose their jobs. That was another red flag. Recently, Sammy Southall approached Richard Tice during the run-up to the general election, saying that she would work for free and help him investigate the grooming gang situation, which she was a victim of. Wasn't interested. Was quite interested all the way up through the general election campaign. Soon he got elected, wasn't interested. So that kind of says everything that I need to know about these people. And don't get me wrong, I think reform as an idea is good. I think reform is a good idea as a party. I just don't like the leadership. That's where I'm not trying to split the vote or anything like that. I'm just trying to warn you guys of what these people are, because they're not who they claim to be. They're not. They're establishment through and through. And the more I read and I hear about these people, the more and more I get concerned about them. But Elon Musk was exactly right about Nigel Farage. He's not the man for the job. People keep saying that Nigel Farage is going to make a great Prime Minister. Yes, he will make a great Prime Minister. A Prime Minister that we've had for the past 50 years. One that will be weak, will do U-turns, and will kowtow to the mainstream media, take the knee to them, and be terrified of them. He will be constantly terrified about how he's perceived in the mainstream media. We've seen it already. We've seen it already. And this would also explain why Nigel Farage and Richard Tice are so dead against Tommy Robinson, because he's trying to expose the establishment and the corruption within it. And if they are controlled opposition, they're not going to want him being around, raking through the coals, making his documentaries and exposing the corruption that is within the establishment. Some things that may come to light about them in his investigations, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'll show you the video from Andrew Bridgen, and I shall see you in the next video.
About the vaccines 22 months ago, and Nigel Farage very disappointingly said he didn't want to talk about it and I shouldn't be talking about it. And I'm afraid that tells you all you need to know about Nigel Farage. I had a very good briefing. Yesterday from a security source, an impeccable security source in the UK, and he said that Reform are standing a candidate against you because Richard Tice is best friends with Matt Hancock. The tired pantomime of British politics, of the two main parties, is so tired that it's a bit like a soap opera where they had to bring a new character in with a new storyline to make people watch again and believe. And I'm afraid Nigel Farage is that new character they've brought into the uniparty system.